If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what games or playbook is your competition working from, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Silverbell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a perfect day to talk about you. Okay, we're talking about playbooks and games that are played in your industry, and your competition has their own playbook, right? So I'm going to grab my $12 whiteboard, hashtag $12 whiteboard. And up here we got ethics and morals. There are people that you sell against and compete against that are amazingly good, right? You can't have a pool of 200, 300, 400 companies and everybody sucks. That just doesn't make sense. There's probably some really good companies in your town, in your area. And if there are, you should form some relationships with them because at some point you probably are going to work for them, okay? Just the way that it is. So let's just recap. You got ethics and morals. Yes, fantastic. I love that. You got team justification, which is kind of mid-level. And then you got team lie, cheat, and steal, right? Lie, cheat, and steal. And when you sell against this company, ethics and morals, yay, fantastic. You're on equal footing. You are on things that need to get done. And then sometimes you're going to be up against team justification. And team justification is this. I have to get my commission to get my position. And I will bend the rules. I will say and do things so that I get to keep my place in line because I got to defend my moat. I got to defend my kingdom, right? And so people will justify and they'll say, well, I am willing to do it this time. I'm willing to do it this time because if I don't, I'm going to get pushed down in my rankings. And so like when you're thinking about selling against the competition, competition could be rough. You're also dealing with the playbook that salesperson has and the playbook that the company has. So there's like three parties here. So you have to be aware that the most amount of stress that you will ever be under as a salesperson is when you're playing from ethics and morals and you're not closing deals and you're like, hey, that's the direction I'm going to take. I have a line in the sand and I don't want to go to justification and I don't want to go to team lie, cheat, and steal, but I still got to go close my deals. And I'm going to encourage you to stick with that program. I'm going to encourage you to keep that belief because what happens is as you get towards team justification, you start like a slide. Like it was okay this time I didn't get caught. I got okay this time I didn't get caught. I got okay this time. And technically speaking, I didn't get in trouble. And then like all of a sudden you end up on lie, cheat, and steal. And it's super important for you to make this decision right now and say, hey, I'm going to stick up here with ethics and morals. You can make tons of money and make tons of deals, and occasionally you might miss out on a deal and occasionally you might miss out on a trip, but you have your ethics and morals. And this right here is why you should join my email publication. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So like you go to that URL, type it in. It'll probably ask you for your name and your email address, maybe a phone number. Super easy. Okay. So be aware that like you could be up here on team ethics and morals and then you're up against team justification or you're up against team lie, cheat, and steal. And on any given day, you can be on equal ground. The person can come out and be on team justification or be on lie, cheat, and steal. And this is why it's good for you to have a consistent sales presentation. This is why it's good for you to have like testimonials. This is why it's good for you to have referrals. This is why it's good for you to just say, hey, make that decision right now. I'm going to be on team ethics and morals. That's like the direction that I'm going to go. Like I'm not going to sling mud. Right? I believe in team ethics and morals. This is why I don't talk trash on other people in the industry and I won't mention names because like I don't want you to go look at their stuff. It's not that good. And two, at the end of the day, I just have this belief that my stuff's better and it's superior. Will I lose clients? Maybe, right? Will I gain clients? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So when you take a look at it, make that decision. Hey, I'm gonna stick with ethics and morals. And you can even say that. Hey, listen, there's a lot of things that I could say, but I'm just at this time, I'm just gonna stick with the belief that I have of ethics and morals. And that person's not here to defend themselves. So I'm gonna leave them out of it. Right? If you want a bad outcome, maybe try that organization. You shared with me everything that you want. I feel like our morals and beliefs match up. And if you want to save a couple of bucks and chase a couple of bucks and erode that belief and that confidence and everything that we have, then you know what you're going to get. And there were times that I would be up against a couple of companies here in town in Sacramento that were not that good, that were they were below team lie, cheat, and steal. Oh my goodness. They were well below Team Light Sheet and Steel. And, you know, they might have had a fantastic price. And I was always tell the homeowners, I could tell you the future. Here's what's going to happen. Let's just say for a minute you do sign with them. You're not going to get everything you were promised. They're going to take your money. And then you're not going to have any type of recourse because everything's been installed. And so what are you going to do? Well, they got guarantees. Well, just because somebody has guarantees doesn't mean they're going to live up to them. And like, you may have to take that person to court, that company, that organization to court. And now you're out the money that you took them to court to get the attorney to take time off. You know, it's like, oh my goodness, you're up against a lot. But you know, here's the thing. It's your decision. If you're comfortable with me, if you're comfortable with everything that I said, let's do it. Be aware your competition probably is not playing from the same playbook. There's probably other good companies in town, and they are. But the competition is the word that I'm using roughly here. Just be aware. They're playing some shenanigans, and sometimes you got to call it out, but do it like in a nice way, right? Like people, anytime I ran into a guy in LA, and he says, oh, you work in that industry. Do you know name? And I said, yep. And he goes, what do you think? And I said, name isn't here to defend themselves. And he said, that's how you feel? And I said, name's not here to defend themselves. And he goes, oh, note taken. Note taken. Right? So like sometimes your best bet is to not mention names. Sometimes your best bet is to not talk trash. Your morals may vary. I probably would deal with it a little bit differently than you would, but that's okay. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.